Well, good morning and welcome to Morning Java, brought to you as always by our friends at the Get-Go Cafe and Market, where for a limited time only,
Substravaganza.
7-inch
sub, $4.99, any way you want it.
And Bradford's buying.
Bradford's buying. I was willing to buy.
It's on me.
Because he got stuck in the middle seat on this particular flight, so he's buying.
Always the small guy gets stuck in the middle.
The Penguins won their opener, of course, and all anyone's going to want to talk about, I'm guessing, is that Matt Murray struggled. Do you have any concerns about Murray?
No concerns long term. It's one game out of 82. I thought both goalies settled down after a pretty rough start. You know, it was the early 80s there for a while there in the first period.
Look, the last three Stanley Cup winning goaltenders, both of them played in this game, and neither one of them was particularly impressive. So if the Penguins are going to worry about Matt Murray, then the reigning Stanley Cup champions are going to worry about their goalie as well.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm going to take the devil's advocate view here and say that I liked a lot of what I saw of Murray in preseason. He looked sharp, economical with his motion. He talked afterward about that 5-hole goal that he gave up early, the long-range shot.
Brooks Orpik.
Okay, unscreened by Orpik, problem, okay? He blamed it on this new set of pants. That's going to sound like a lame excuse, but the league always mandates new equipment for goalies, and you only have so much time to try it. He said, I'm just going to have to close it a little tighter next time.
Yeah, goalies, over the last few years, every year they keep coming up with new things where they restrict
no exceptions. It doesn't get a lot of publicity, right?
Yeah, it's either the height of the pads, it's the pants, it's always something.
My pants have gotten bigger, too.
I have no idea what this thing is, but you pull this thing out.
Like a thunderstick?
Thunderstick, man.
Well,
You're not an NBA guy.
Nobody was using it like a thunderstick. And no, the Anaheim Ducks also have thundersticks, wise guy, and so do the Angels.
Hey, my dad scored one of those goals. You know when they bring somebody out on the middle of the ice and they say, hey, score a goal at the far end of the ice? He scored one of those in Anaheim at a Ducks game.
Wait, what did he win?
Nothing really good, like a John Gibson autographed poster or something.
It should be a car.
Should be a car.
John Gibson autograph poster. Let's talk about something that's more significant than any of this. The Penguins... Okay, before we go any further, if Evgeny Malkin commits just a horrendous giveaway, there's no reason that anybody should let him off the hook for this, is there? I mean, the fact that they won.
No, I think if we're going to look at the goalies, I think you got to look at all around some of the defensive miscues that we saw tonight.
That's fair.
It was a very poorly played game.
By both sides. And at least Washington had an excuse. They played the night before and everything.
There was one defensive possession where I counted 2 turnovers, a blown-out wheel, and a lost puck that it didn't result in a turnover, but just Olli Maatta in one possession was all over the place. It was just
Olli struggled.
Yeah, not
Jamie Alexiak struggled too, and I'm sure this is going to get the old drum beat going for Ricola.
Yeah, I know, but you can't do that because the truth is, look, nobody's more appreciative of what Ricola did in camp. Oh no, he did, and this guy, to do what he did, he earned his way onto the roster. But it's still, this is the team that you have to move forward with. And like Mike Sullivan was saying after the game, there has to be an identity formed,
Yeah, and I think Jamie Alexiak, as bad as he played, he did score a goal.
Nice goal.
They got a lot of scoring from the defensemen tonight. I believe it was 3 goals or 4 goals now, including the game winner from the defense corps.
Reminded me just of last year. We get Justin Schultz and Olli Maatta scoring the 2 goals in the opener last year. You get Jamie Alexiak coming out here and just blasting that one by. So
defense with this team is never just about the defensive guys. This team committed all kinds of turnovers in bad parts of the rink, was not, for the most part, responsible with the puck. So don't just look back and say, Olli Maatta stunk, or, we never should have gotten Jack Johnson or whatever. There's more to it. Kris Letang's the guy that you wrote about for our main story. Kris Letang, he did not take particularly kindly to Jim Rutherford's assessment in the summer that he might have his ice time cut because we feel he's better that way. Tell me that Jim just wasn't being the wily old vet there as the executive and lighting a fire under him.
Yeah, I think they certainly lit a fire under Mr. Kris Letang because what did he play tonight? 25 and a half. That's a lot of minutes for anybody. I mean, he played in all situations as he normally does. I mean, he obviously didn't have the season he wanted last year, but if he's going to play like this, I'm not saying he's back to his Norris Trophy form from like 2013 when he was a finalist. That was a good start.
Well, to be fair, they used him just how Mike Sullivan told us 2 days ago at the final tune-up that they were going to use him, and it was in all aspects of the game. He's their number 1 defenseman. They weren't going to take him off the ice. They're using him everywhere, and that's the way that they played. I mean, he looked great. He told me after the game it was an ugly game, though. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, but it wasn't at times with him. He was doing things in particular, and I know you asked him about this after the game, the swatting the puck out of the air, which he was doing effortlessly, his counterattack, which, by the way, almost everybody on the Washington side was great at, but Letang was at least good at that for the Penguins. His ability to just get the puck and in one fell swoop execute the next pass, that to me is the best version, the optimal version of Kris Letang. Even setting aside, I'd say that if he didn't score either goal, let alone the overtime one.
Yeah, that makes him the defenseman that the Penguins have always loved him to be. When he made that play, the Capitals were looking to spring Alex Ovechkin on a breakaway, and Letang, by all accounts, is out of position. You know, Ovechkin's going to be. But that's Kris Letang. He reaches out with the stick. He knocks the puck down. If he wouldn't have done that, he might have been able to use his speed to close the gap as well.
Kris Letang, 3 points, with a 0 rating.
0 rating, plus minus. Well, everybody's been waiting for Derick Brassard. And is he here?
Yeah, this was the Derick Brassard that I think the Penguins thought they were getting last February. I mean, obviously a pretty good game for him. It's very important, I think, to get him going after everything he's been through.
Yeah, I responded to somebody on the live file during the game when he said how impressive Brassard looked. And I'll tell you what, man, I'm fully bought in that this was an injury last year. At the time, you're like, are they masking something? What's going on with Derick Brassard? You know, does he fit this system? And he might chalk it up to chemistry and having it this year and not last. But
he's
got to jump. Yeah. He's got to jump.
He's really moving. The way he's bursting through the neutral zone right now, the way Brian Rust is bursting through the neutral zone with him, and then in turn from there, the way Dominic Simone has been basically taking care of business, not like in a get old school on you here, like a Bob Airy kind of way, where you have the one guy
number 12, yeah.
who would just come back and back check. Not that we didn't appreciate all of those goals you scored, Bobby. Don't worry about that. It's also that Simone has been really good in supporting the puck, springing them, but Brassard, just him alone, to have him at this level, it just changes the dynamic of the team, doesn't it?
It really brings back what the Penguins were hoping to get the 3 centers down the middle with Crosby, Malkin, and Brassard. I mean, somebody was asking him after the game, does it feel like you're finally contributing? He's like, hey, I got Crosby and Malkin ahead of me. I mean, what do you want
me to do, right?
Yeah. It's been unbelievable.
He's a good dude, though. Don't be Derick Brassard's a good dude.
Very good.
I'm just blown away at his ability to keep up with Brian Rust the way that he is. And then when this guy scores a goal and he goes into the corner,
who's keeping up with who in that one?
I don't know,
pretty
man.
fast.
They're speedy, but Rust's straight line speed is just something else. Something else. But man, when he scores a goal and he goes into the corner and he gets that one leg with the 2-arm pump,
this is a photographer is only worried about the celebrations.
And also he did play some PK tonight. That's something he's trying to get used to.
Yeah, you made a point of that in the press box, and that was a little bit of a surprise to me. They had talked about it and they had tinkered with it in the preseason. You never know what they take seriously in the preseason. Derick Brassard looking like, Derick Brassard.